In Dubai, behind every perfect Instagram photo, there are secrets darker than the desert night. This is a story of jealousy, so twisted it ended in murder. A tale of friendship, betrayal, and the price of getting everything you want. Maya Al Fardan was born into gold. At 23, she was the daughter of Dubai's real estate king, the man who built entire neighborhoods, shopping malls, and glimmering glass towers, where rent checks funded her every whim. She lived in an Emirates Hills mansion with ceilings so high her voice echoed when she screamed as a child. Her bedroom had silk drapes, imported from Italy, a walk-in closet lined with Chanel, Dior, and Gucci. Maids polished her shoes before school and steamed her uniforms while she ate breakfast on Versace plates. From the outside, she was a princess, but beneath the gloss lay a deeply broken girl. Maya's childhood memories were silent and cold. Her mother, Layla, a Lebanese socialite obsessed with her own reflection, rarely spoke to Maya beyond reminders to sit straight, fix your hair, don't eat so much. She spent her days at gatherings, sipping Arabic coffee with other wives, gossiping about who got filler, who got divorced, who's cheating with the Turkish trainer at the ladies-only gym. Her father, Sultan Al Fardan, was a looming figure Maya both worshipped and feared. A man who could snap a pen in rage if his assistant made a typo. A man who gifted her a diamond necklace on her 10th birthday and then left for a month-long trip to London that same evening. She remembered once, at age 6, clutching her coloring book, running to his home office to show him her drawings. He looked up from his architectural sketches and said only, "I'm busy. Tell Fatima to hang it on your wall." Fatima, her nanny, kissed her tears away, whispering, "You're special, Habibti. Don't cry for anyone." But by then, Maya had already learned. She was invisible. At school, she was admired for her looks, envied for her wealth, yet never loved for her soul. Girls clung to her for shopping trips and yacht parties, but when Maya overheard them whispering about her weight gain or bad skin days, her chest burned with humiliation. At 16, Maya began throwing away lunch, surviving on iced lattes and watermelon cubes to stay thin for Instagram. Her first boyfriend, a Lebanese expat boy 2 years older, called her spoiled and empty when she cried after he flirted with another girl. That day, something snapped inside her, a voice that whispered, "If they won't love you, make them fear you." Alia al-Suwadi was Maya's opposite in every way. At 22, she carried a quiet grace, an Emirati beauty with almond eyes, delicate brows, and an ever-present smile. Her father was a prominent oil executive, but Alia never flaunted her status. She wore simple linen abayas, carried canvas totes instead of designer bags, and spent weekends volunteering at women's shelters in Ajman. They became friends in year 3. Maya loved Alia's kindness, but envied her deeply. Teachers praised Alia's intelligence and humility. Boys admired her modest beauty. Girls trusted her with secrets they never told Maya. In private, Maya's heart twisted with resentment. Everything changed the night Alia introduced Maya to her fiancé at a private Ramadan suhoor hosted by one of Dubai's royal cousins. The evening was lavish yet intimate. Ornate lanterns lined the marble courtyard, music floated through the night air, and waiters served saffron tea and pistachio baklava. Maya arrived in a black silk abaya embroidered with gold threads, her hair covered neatly, makeup glowing under the lantern light. Alia, ever radiant in her simplicity, beamed with joy as she took Maya's hand and led her towards the men's gathering area. "Maya, this is Faisal Al-Otaibi," she said, her voice filled with pride. Faisal stood as she approached. 27, Saudi, with a reputation as a disciplined banker. He wore a perfectly pressed clothes and smelled of a strong musk. When his eyes met Maya's, he smiled politely and nodded. "It's an honor to finally meet Alia's best friend," he said, his voice deep and calm. Maya felt her chest tighten. She forced a smile, whispering a polite greeting, but her mind whirled. His presence was magnetic. The way he carried himself, his quiet strength, it made her feel small, yet desperate to be seen. Throughout the evening, Maya watched them. The way Faisal poured Alia's tea before his own, how Alia blushed when he complimented her Quran recitation earlier that week. Each tender interaction burned a hole through Maya's chest. That night, as she drove home through Sheikh Zayed Road, the city lights blurred behind her tears. A voice whispered inside, He should have been mine. The next morning, Maya sent Alia a casual message. Your fiancé is very well spoken. May Allah bless your marriage. Alia replied instantly, Thank you, Habibti. I'm so lucky. He's so grounded. But jealousy had already rooted itself in Maya's heart. Days later, Maya messaged Faisal directly on WhatsApp. She pretended it was about helping Alia with wedding planning. She suggested venues, catering options, and even shared her father's contacts for discounted penthouse rentals for their honeymoon night. Faisal thanked her politely. At first, his replies were brief and formal, but Maya was persistent. She complimented his business acumen, asked his opinions on property investments, and slowly, their chats grew longer. She began sending selfies, never inappropriate, always veiled, with captions like, Busy at the clinic today, hope your meetings are going well. Faisal, charmed by her confidence and wit, started replying with warmth. Soon, they shared voice notes, discussing Dubai's real estate market, their childhood memories, their dreams. One evening, Maya invited Faisal to view a penthouse her father was renovating in downtown. She claimed it was a perfect investment opportunity. He arrived after work, still in his suit. The penthouse was silent, walls unfinished, the city lights glowing through floor-to-ceiling windows. They stood side by side, watching Dubai glitter below. Do you ever feel like no one really sees you? Faisal turned to her, surprised by her vulnerability. He nodded slowly. Sometimes, he admitted. Everyone sees what they want to see. Status, money, titles. She looked up at him, tears filling her eyes. In that moment, he reached out and gently wiped a tear from her cheek. Their eyes locked. The air between them shifted. He leaned forward and pressed his lips softly against her forehead. That touch ignited something forbidden. Over the following weeks, they met a few more times at similar vacant penthouses Maya managed under her father's company. They never stayed long. Their meetings were filled with stolen glances, whispered confessions, and fleeting kisses. For Maya, it was electric. For Faisal, it was dangerous. Each kiss felt like betrayal, yet he couldn't pull away. Late at night, they sent voice notes, their words trembling with emotions they could not name. Maya told him stories of her childhood loneliness. Faisal confessed how terrified he was of failing as a husband. Alia noticed changes in Faisal. His distracted prayers, his phone kept face down, his sudden anger at small things. One afternoon, while helping him finalize guest lists, she noticed Maya's name repeatedly pop up with new messages. Heart-pounding, she waited until Faisal left the room to answer a call from his mother. Quickly, she scrolled through their chat. What she saw made her vision blur. Voice notes with heart emojis, selfies, confessions, her best friend and her fiancé. Tears streamed down her face as she put his phone back, hands shaking. That evening, she messaged Maya, I need to see you. Tomorrow, coffee at Dubai Mall. They sat at a quiet corner cafe far from prying eyes. Alia wore a beige abaya and minimal makeup, her face pale and tear-streaked. How could you do this to me, Maya? We were sisters. Maya stirred her iced latte slowly, watching the caramel swirl into creamy clouds. She looked up, her eyes empty, and whispered, Because you have everything I want. Alia sobbed, gathering her handbag and leaving without another word. Maya sat alone, feeling a cold emptiness settle in her chest, a pit so dark it swallowed any trace of guilt. That night, Maya lay awake in her Emirates Hills bedroom, staring at the chandelier above her bed, glittering under the moonlight. Her mind raced with humiliation, rage, and terror.
She will tell Faisal. She will tell everyone. I will lose everything.
A voice inside whispered, End it. She took what was yours. End it now. The next morning, Maya called Alia, her voice trembling with practiced sorrow. I can't live like this, she sobbed. Please, let me make it up to you. Let's spend a day together like old times. Just us. I need to fix this before it destroys me. Alia paused. Her heart was broken, but her compassion remained. Fine, she whispered. One last time. Maya smiled, tears slipping down her cheek that held no remorse. Maya arranged a private overnight beach picnic at a remote Fujairah cove, a place known only to local fishermen. She hired a private driver to take them there at sunset. They laid out a carpet under fairy lights. Maya set up food, drinks, and tea in thermos flasks. She took photos and posted Instagram stories with captions, "Sisters Forever," and "Blessed to have you in my life." For hours, Alia sat silently, tears welling in her eyes, while Maya forced conversation. Finally, Maya stood and reached out her hand. "Come, let's dip our feet in, like when we were kids." Alia hesitated, then walked with her towards the waves. She removed her sandals and let the ocean wash over her toes. Standing behind her, Maya whispered, "I'm sorry." Then, with all her strength, she shoved Alia forward. Alia stumbled into the freezing water, her abaya tangling around her legs. She screamed Maya's name, arms flailing, eyes wide with betrayal and terror. Maya stood frozen, watching as her friend thrashed, choked, and finally slipped beneath the black water, swallowed by silent waves. The only sounds left were Maya's ragged breathing and the ocean crashing indifferently against the shore. The next morning, when Alia didn't return home, her parents called Dubai police. Maya told them with tears that Alia wanted to pray alone by the ocean to clear her mind. But Alia's father, a powerful oil executive with connections, refused to accept Maya's story. He demanded a full investigation. The case was transferred to Dubai CID under Officer Hani al-Bastaki. Under relentless questioning, Maya's inconsistencies surfaced. Her phone location data never left the beach. Forensics found faint scratch marks on Maya's wrists and sand under Alia's nails that didn't match the cove she was found on. CID interrogated Faisal. Under pressure and shame, he broke down, sobbing uncontrollably. "I never wanted this. I never knew she was capable of this. I betrayed them both." When CID arrested Maya at her Emirates Hills mansion, her father rushed to the station with lawyers, checkbooks, and silent bribes. But Alia's family refused blood money. Her father looked Maya's father in the eyes and said, "No amount of money will bring back my daughter. Your empire ends today." News spread within hours. WhatsApp groups buzzed with voice notes about Maya's arrest, Faisal's betrayal, and the secret affair. Her father's company crumbled as investors withdrew overnight. Lawsuits mounted, and within months, his properties were auctioned. The family quietly fled to London, shunned by their community. Faisal tried to return to Saudi, but Alia's uncles ensured his disgrace followed him. His family severed ties. His engagement prospects ended. He remained in Dubai, jobless and disgraced, spending nights staring into darkness, haunted by the woman he betrayed and the friend he destroyed.